Hey everybody, welcome back to Escape Reality Star Wars Talk. I had us muted so that way y'all wouldn't hear us talking while we were waiting. I'm your host, Caleb.
Hi, I'm Seth. I talk to Star Wars in this way.
Alright, well, we like to normally talk about what we've been up to this week outside of Star Wars before we get into the main topics. I'll start us off.
Yeah, you go ahead.
I've been playing the Outer Worlds again. Over two different gameplays actually, because I have it installed on both the PlayStation and my computer. So I'm basically making the same choices both times though, just so they sync up. It's just whenever I'm home, I can play it on the PlayStation, and then when I'm not, I can play it on my computer. This is how that works out. I'm still on the first planet. I was trying to re-look up how to resolve the best of the possible choices for the first planet, because there's basically four. Because I want to play Outer Worlds 2, and that's why I'm playing Outer Worlds 1 again. Because one, I never actually fully finished it. It's one of those games that
It is so worth it to finish that.
yeah, and I know some of the big stuff that happens. It's just it's so time consuming, but it's a good game. And I'm the one who got you into it
You
too.
are.
Because I was like, hey, you like Fallout New Vegas. Do you like more Obsidian games?
Yeah.
Here's more Obsidian game.
Play the DLC.
Yeah, I've got the Spacer's Choice Edition, so I'll be playing the DLC. I think it says at certain levels you're supposed to check it out, because they're like, hey, we don't want you accidentally getting sucker punched by the DLC.
Yep.
Like, literally, when you turn on the game, the very first thing it goes is, hey, DLC this level for this one, this level for that one, and you will have opportunities to back out of the final choice thing, because if you do the final choice thing, you can't do the DLC. So do DLC first. So there, like, the game very, like, Obsidian very explicitly tries to make sure you can do everything in that game. But yeah, first planet you have to make a big choice of, because there's a colony that's run by the Spacer's Choice Company. And there's like two other big companies that are important, and then the board, which is all the companies. Because there's factions. I'm not really explaining to you, I'm explaining to the audience, because you know this, but there's like 5 factions total, I think.
Yeah. You know, a reasonable number.
Because there's each of the companies, the board, which is like the company heads working together, and then there's the deserters. So people that have just said fuck it, we're not playing by the company rules, because it's because the premise of Outer Worlds is company towns.
Yep.
Company towns in space. The game. Company towns in space, the game. And you can either be a corporate shill who bullies people into following the rules, or you can be pro deserter and say fuck that, I'm gonna anarchy this, or you can be somewhere in the middle actually, because there is a little bit of middle ground you can find, which actually in some cases is the best ending. Sometimes the middle ground is the best ending, which is the case of the first planet, actually. It's actually a very early on lesson in that game, because you can, especially if you know the secrets about the deserters on that planet and their leader and how they have been feeding everybody.
You make it sound really bad when it's not.
It's not, but it's like, when you first learn it, you're like, oh, that's kind of fucked up. But then you're like, oh, but also, I guess it's not too bad.
Yeah.
But it's also fucked up in the case of she's keeping it secret. That's the fucked up part. Because, like, the planet they're on is not fertile enough to plant things and, like, grow food. Which is why, like, the company is like, oh, well, you'll just eat the salt tuna, which is not actually tuna. It is not real salt tuna. It is processed, faked salt tuna. And in fact, it's actually something really unhealthy, it turns out, on that one, if you can get the secrets of that one, too. Which is really hard to do without going a murder route. Unless you have a really good pickpocket and stealth.
Yeah.
Because you have to pick that off of Reed Thompson, who's the leader.
Oh, yeah.
You have to get that. You have to get the key off of him, and then go in his office in front of him. I tried to save Scum a little bit to see if I could get the key off of him without killing him, because I'm trying to go the route where I find the middle ground there on that one. Because like I said, there's 4 choices you can make for that planet. First one is go full company town, because basically the problem is you land on the planet, you find a ship, which has no power source, so you can't go in the air. Mm-hmm. And so the power source comes from the plant that is going to power either the company town or the deserters, and then you can take the power source of the other one, whichever one you take the power from. Mm-hmm. And so you can go full company town and just go, fuck it, I'm gonna take power away from the deserters, who have like a farm now, because they did, like, the leader has figured out how to farm, and so they've been eating healthy. And so you can do that, and that then leads you to options 2 to 3 if you do that, because you get locked out of options if you side with the deserters. And actually, the deserters might be the worst ending.
I did some...
Because if you do...
I don't remember what I did, but I do remember it worked out for everyone in the end. I just had to do a lot of extra shit.
Yeah, because the deserter ending is basically, you side with Adelaide, you take power from the company, and then Adelaide, when you do that, that's when Adelaide admits what she's going to do, which is, oh, I'm just going to kill anybody that's not on our side. Or leave them for dead. I'm not letting everybody join the... Like... And it's just like, well, that's kind of fucked up, because, like, you just made me take power from them, which means obviously they're going to come to you to survive. Mm-hmm. But you're just going to leave them out in the cold?
Adelaide, yes. Actually.
Like, I could understand Thompson. And even then, Thompson's not a bad person.
Yeah.
Very funny enough, he's not a bad person. He just sucks as a leader. Mm-hmm. Which then leads us to options, basically option 3 or 4, which is you side with the company on the power source thing, but then you can still choose to then remove Reed Thompson from power at the town, and you can go, actually, Adelaide would be a better leader because of this, this, and this, and then you can choose, like, to have Thompson leave, and then put Adelaide in charge, and then, or you can leave Thompson in charge, essentially, are your options. I assume you did the whole rigmarole of having to get Adelaide in charge of the...
Yes.
Yeah. That is what I'm going to do as well, because that is technically the best option. The weird thing about Outer Worlds is there is no correct option.
Yeah.
That you get as close to the best option as you can in this setting.
There's a lot. I think one of the things that I have learned over playing a variety of games, right, particularly RPGs, is that while I am okay with doing the heroic option, sometimes that doesn't exist, so I'm like, well, I care more about this group because they were nice to me and you weren't. So you get to go into the eternal hell pot, I guess.
Well, damn. Okay, Adam. Because we were talking about has-been earlier as well.
I probably could have used a better choice of words than quote the eternal hell pot.
Mm-hmm. I just realized that our, like, chat side thing
Oh,
that we can see was not on. So they may have been talking to us this whole time, and we just didn't know.
Been ignoring them.
Yeah, I'm just gonna make sure we have not been ignoring y'all.
Oh no,
Lovely
I'm
people.
So sorry.
No, just the Pokemon community game. It's okay. We can ignore that.
Yep.
Unless you want to catch Mienfoo. Actually, it's too late to catch a Mienfoo.
Nah, I don't want one.
Oh, okay.
If we get a Gallade, though. I fucking love Gallades, man.
But yeah,
you would think they're a grass type, but they're not.
For Thursday, for the watch party, we got to watch more Marvel, because it was Britt's turn, because you have been busy with work.
Yeah. And that's probably not going to change for a while.
Yeah. Which means this week, we now have officially set up that it is going to be a triple feature, essentially, of us catching up on South Park, Smiling Friends, and Has-Been. And
God,
you want to talk to us about Has-Been, don't you?
Yeah, I do, but I'm also like, I also want you guys to get through the next, like, JoJo's batch, right?
Oh, yeah,
because
that too.
you guys are at, like, some of my favorite fights in part 3.
Yeah, I was gonna wait for JoJo's for after we get, like, once we get you for a Thursday, we're doing Highlander. I'm sorry. We're gonna finish Highlander first for season 5. Although you already figured out the big twist, so maybe we can watch it anyways.
There aren't that many people that our protagonist cares about left.
So I guess we can watch it anyways at this point. But
yeah, I guess.
I
don't know
I'll
the
say
specifics of how it goes.
I will say I guess in like 2 weeks, because not 2 weeks, because that would count this upcoming Thursday. 3 weeks. So the next time around on my turn, if we are still like in a month essentially going,
yeah,
then we will. Yeah, it depends, because you were saying it's all coming down to like training the new person, really. Because they're not quite ready for...
No, they're just not built for the military.
Oh, okay. So even training...
Even training probably won't help this one.
Well, damn. That's unfortunate.
Yeah.
So you are stuck mid-shift until, like, somebody leaves and somebody new comes in that can handle it.
Mm-hmm.
Got it.
I think the other night I was like, I don't want to be mean to this person, but I'm like, they're not bad, but they're very slow, and you have to explain.
Like, it just takes some time, like, it takes them longer to do things than it should.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then, like, you were about to say, probably repeating instructions.
Yes.
And I have been that person before. Like, I'm not going to give too much guff on that.
Everyone is, right? But
yeah.
I'm also like...
Eventually, you got to just get good at the job and kind of lock in.
I think that one of the benefits to me personally for being, like, there consistently for almost 6 years now is that I will just get away with shit sometimes. Not like,
yes, tell us about that while we're recording.
Not like...
and live.
Like...
Hey, Seth, you want to admit to any crimes?
Incriminate myself? No. It's nothing criminal. But it's like I might get away with a little back sass to people who are of a higher rank.
Oh, okay.
Me. Or
just because you have a connection now with them.
Mm-hmm. Or like being like, this is this price. Being a little rude to a customer every once in a while.
Yeah.
Because they're being an asshole.
Yeah. Sometimes you need that, the worker purge day.
Mm-hmm.
Customer service purge day. Yeah. That's what it was called. Yeah.
Before, like, game time last night, I was talking with Andrew about this.
Yeah, we actually had Grim Hollow last night, so be ready for that episode to drop.
Woo! And also, I was thinking about this. The Gilded Queen is a good name for a boat.
Yeah.
We'll bring this up later about another ship name where I'm like, you guys are giving her... That's a good name. Fuck you.
But you were saying about before the game.
And I was like, okay, well, because I couldn't get away from, like, the register for, like, 5 seconds.
Which is also just a little preface. That is why we have not been able to talk about The Last Order as well. It's just he has been working.
Yeah, they switched up my shift, and I don't go to sleep when I need to.
And so adding reading book on top of that, probably not a good idea. So I will claim we're going to try to do Last Order next week, but if we don't, you know why. And I do actually have a backup plan again. Because we have been lucky that we have had backup plans that are like, oh, this is short. We can do this as the backup plan. So I'm going to say, like, by Wednesday, just let me know. And then, because it might take a little longer than these have, because the backup plan is a comic book. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I was... So sometimes my brother will be able to take me to work, right? Not this time. So it's like, okay, here's the 1.5 mile walk to work. I'm like, that's fine. Shift, very busy. Get off at the usual time, fortunately. And I'm like, you know what I would like to do? I like to go, because there's alcohol. There's a liquor store that I like.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
So I walk over to there because it's on the way home, right? And I go and I get in front of it, and it's like, and it has like a closed until further notice sign.
Oh,
like,
man.
Motherfucker. So
you're like, this. I was looking forward to this.
Yeah. And I was like, all right, fine. And so Andrew comes, picks me up, we head home, and I'm like, hey, do you want anything tonight? I'll just order some food. Right? And so we get home and I go to place the order, but by the time I get ready to check out and I go and I make sure everything is right, it's like, there's a technical difficulty. And I'm like, okay, that's fine. So I try a couple of more times after I wait like an hour, and it's just like, no. Just no.
Yeah.
And I'm like, so that's how it's gonna be tonight, huh? Just not. And I was like, talking with my brother the other day.
I was talking with my brother the other day. There you go. You want me to say it like that? Is that what you wanted? You wanted...
I was trying not to. I was
talking to my brother the other day.
With Andrew, and I'm like, I'm almost going to crash out, but it hasn't quite been enough yet. Like, it's not enough for me to be pissed off about.
Yeah. Like, there are worse things.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
I'm like, it needs 2 more things, and then I can lose my shit.
Yeah.
But it hasn't happened, so that was where I was at a little bit before.
And honestly, a Seth crash out is very rare.
Yeah. I don't think you've ever seen
I haven't seen it, no. But I've heard talks about it. Like, I've heard, like, I think even Kinsey and them are like, yeah, it's rare.
They're like, it almost never happens.
But when it does, it's scary.
Yeah. Like, I think you can count the amount of times on one hand that I've, like, raised my voice at anyone.
Yeah.
Because I don't like doing that.
I think that's true of a lot of my friends, honestly. Like, I think, though, that's because I just have a good... I guess I have a good circle where that's not an issue of needing to. Often, like, I think only... Yeah, like, it's very rare that I see that.
Like, and I don't think either Tori or Kinsey have ever seen a real crash out.
Yeah. Just raised voice, I guess. Yeah. But yeah, for Marvel we watched.
Yeah. What do you guys watch?
Yeah, so
I was trying.
So we've already done. So we are going in release order essentially.
Yeah, where you at?
So we finished for this week. We finished Iron Man 2 and Thor. I also made her watch the Marvel one shot, The Consultant, because she's never watched the one shots. She didn't even know what they were. She was like, "What are the one shots?" I was like, "Oh, those are the short films that they do that are canon still," and so, and they're on Disney Plus too, which is how we watch it. And so, we skipped out Incredible Hulk, by the way, in our watch because she didn't want to watch it. I went back and rewatched it. It's not it's not the worst thing. There's way worse films in the MCU.
I was about to say, that seems like a pretty low bar. I mean, to not clear, you know?
Yeah, I think Incredible Hulk is fine. I think most people just find Hulk
Boring.
boring, because there have been two actual film attempts at it, and both times people just didn't like it. And both times I'm like, I actually don't mind them. Like the Ang Lee Hulk, which is not MCU. That's the one where they went. And actually, the Ang Lee Hulk invented the idea of Edward Norton's
Hi,
Bruce.
Pixie.
Hey, Ang Lee Hulk introduced the idea of Bruce Banner's dad being a bad guy. And I think even the comics adapted that afterwards.
I'm trying to remember if, like...
Because I don't think it was in the comics beforehand
know
as an
that
idea.
Before, a lot of the time, Bruce's dad is pretty abusive.
Yeah, I think that part was consistent to the comics. But then I think making him an actual villain.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Like turning
not
him...
just one of those,
Not just
like,
bad dad. Not just worst dad of the year, but actual super
Who
villain.
is the best dad in fiction?
That is...
Because, like, we have a lot of, like...
Examples of not great dads?
Yeah. We have, like, actively evil, incompetent...
And then just...
well-meaning,
yeah.
but not enough. We don't have a lot of good
Yeah.
fiction.
I immediately, when you went to well-meaning but not enough, I immediately thought of Hugh Neutron.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he's a good dad. He's just not aware of things all the time.
Mm-hmm. I actually do have an answer for this.
Okay.
It's Professor Bruttenholm, Hellboy's dad. Adopted dad, not his
Yeah. I guess it depends on the adaptation. Like the movies, I can see the argument.
Yeah, like even in the comic books, he's also very much like that.
He's sometimes a little too stoic for my...
Yeah, it's very much like that is a man from the 1930s, is what I mean by that.
Yeah,
like he's doing his best.
Yeah. Oh. I was thinking about it earlier, like this week, and now I can't think of the name of the character. But I'll come back around when I do think of that. That could also be a question for the audience.
Yeah.
So.
Who is one of the
who would you consider a good father in fiction, like the best dad in fiction? Certainly nobody in Star Wars.
No, because if there was at least one good dad.
That's not true. Bail Organa.
Is making sure they have to be alive.
He made sure Leia...
Yeah.
Bail Organa's a good father. Sure, Leia got kidnapped once, but he immediately sent a Jedi after her.
Yeah, actually, that's pretty good.
He was like, hey, so the daughter I was supposed to keep watch over, she got kidnapped. Can you go get her? Because, like, you're the only one that actually has the resources.
Obi-Wan, I have one ship and 2 lightsabers I fucking chucked into the desert. What do you want me to do?
I'm also in the middle of, like, dealing with trauma.
I've got my own fucking problems, man.
Right, but she could be one of the ones to save us in the future.
Oh, fuck, okay.
And honestly, Leia did more of the work than Luke. If we're giving credit, like, because she helped build the rebellion, and and Luke joins that said rebellion later.
I guess the Kents.
Yeah, I'd say Jonathan. I'd say especially in the newest Superman. I would say Pa Kent is so good in the newest Superman. Like, he is a good father who, like, you can see how they raised that version of Superman to be a good person.
What about you, audience? You got any?
While they're catching up,
yes.
I guess we can get into some news a little bit, 'cause, for this week. We only got a couple pieces of news.
Oh, yeah. How mad do you think Pixie and Zach are going to be when I tell them they missed an entire section of the map?
I think Pixie won't care as much. Zach will probably be like, "Why didn't you tell?" Like he'll be mad in that I'm blaming Seth for something way that he does.
Blaming me. That's fair. I do know how to get them there though.
But yeah, so yeah, but will it be a convoluted way like I've seen videos of where you're like, you need to go this way, and they go that way. No, I mean this way.
Look, I can help. All right, it's gotta be a little.
You need more specific instructions.
More specific instruction. That's because I'm not. I'm using my brain that I have. One of them can't read, man. It's not their fault.
But yeah, getting into Star Wars news this week. It seems an era. Yeah, you're being attacked. just a smidge. Why are we not seeing the chat, by the way? Like, he and I are seeing it, but the stream isn't.
Huh. That is odd.
Usually that is not a problem. Oh, for some reason it's all the way over there.
What'd you do?
Wait, hold on. Hold on, that's not right. That's a new. Editing real time. Here we go. It's back. And then I can fix this.
Yeah, this is why.
This is why we try to like do this stuff before.
Yeah.
Sometimes though there are things I can't do until it happens.
Do we count Alfred in the? Yeah, we have to. Right?
Yeah, Alfred's kind of like an adoptive dad.
Yeah.
Scenario. There we go. I think this will fix what I want for the chat. And then... Yeah, there we go.
All right.
It just took us till now to realize that what it needed. Yeah, but yes, you were being attacked for your reading skills.
Just a little bit. No, not a little bit. Just directly attacked.
Yeah, just directly attacked. But yeah, getting into news this week.
Yeah.
It seems an era will be coming to an end next year, as after 40 years of publishing, Star Wars Insider will be ending next year with issue 237. We were kind of talking about this. You were like, that's a good run for a magazine. And I can kind of see that. It's kind of sad because we won't get the short stories anymore, as well as the articles about, like, insider information of, like, it's fun doing behind-the-scenes stuff and reading that if you're really into, like, Star Wars. Something might come and take its place, but Titan Magazines is just not doing it anymore. To be fair, they haven't been doing it the full 40 years. It's because it started off as like a fan zine, and then eventually Titan started publishing them. Like, it's had different names over the years. It hasn't been Insider the whole time.
I guess I'll say this because, like, this is a Star Wars podcast. I don't dislike Star Wars, right?
Yeah.
I still like Star Wars. However, I am at a point where I'm like, I have seen enough, you know?
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Is this you giving me the 2 weeks for the podcast? Are you giving me your 2 weeks?
I'm giving you the 2 weeks notice.
You've seen enough. You're done. You don't need to see the next half of the next 2/3 of Star Wars timeline. Yep, Pixie said, yeah, bye, Seth.
Yep.
No, I know what you mean, though. Like, why? Because Seth can't fucking read it?
You shut the fuck up. can read it, okay? It's just that I'm like, I got bored. Which sucks because it is.
Oh, for next
Yes.
for the book.
Yeah. I'm like, this is really good. It has a lot of potential. The problem is, I don't give a fuck about who any of these people are.
Well, yeah.
To be fair, the way that they get to the next area is so fucking dumb.
Like in terms of easy dumb or just dumb?
It's easy how dumb it is to miss it.
Okay. Gotcha.
Like, it's not their fault because it requires you to do some stupid shit.
Gotcha. It's like that stupid, like, just rolling into walls type stuff.
It is literally, I'm going to have to ask them to jump off a cliff.
Uh-oh.
Oh. Yeah, what's up? I'm waiting.
Yeah, well, she's got to type it. And also the delay. There you go. Well, I guess we got to hold a funeral for the Elden Ring file, huh? R.I.P. Elden Ring file. God, I wish I had. Hold on. Oh. Hers is fine, just have to redo his whole thing and then get everything back for him. You're laughing because you're seeing what I'm doing. Oh, it's not showing the... Hold on.
Well, I guess Zach will be relieved that the Dark Souls 2 playthrough can be put off for a little while.
Well, I'm still finishing Kingsfield. What do you mean? Oh, for theirs. Because he also wanted to play Dark Souls with me. Said he's going to rebuild it with cheats. Boo! But, but understandable.
I think... Tell Zach I said it's fine. I'm giving him a one-time pass because, like...
This is an understandable situation.
That's bullshit. I remember... It would be nice if we could have done that with the Great Hard Drive Fall.
Yeah, still kept the Grim Hollow.
Yeah.
Episodes 1 and 2.
Like, there's other stuff on there, too. That...
I didn't lose too much, though, in reality.
Yeah. Also, I guess... Now that I've gone through all 5 stages of grief in about 20 seconds for that, yeah, I'm not upset that Star Wars Insider is going, but I'm kind of like, I'm glad sometimes when things stop on a good note.
But also, it's a magazine, and magazines don't have, like, ends usually.
Yeah.
Like that.
They don't have, like...
You're not telling us... It's not like a TV show where you have to have a narrative end.
Yeah.
Magazines just...
Also, it occurs to me that some people probably definitely lost their jobs, so maybe I should amend that statement.
Yeah.
I am sorry that you're unemployed now.
Your charter was my first husband, and now you expect me to replace him with another man. Oh, man. In TV news, we now know that Lucasfilm will be more involved with the Ninth Jedi's full limited series. Because remember, we're getting a full show out of this anime. Our first full...
You are going to have to replace him with another man.
In an interview with Polygon,
it's all right.
The current VP, Josh Rhimes, had this to say. It's really a testament to the shorts and their storytellers that so many gave us such lived-in worlds and such vivid and exciting characters and adventures. The world of the Ninth Jedi always felt so epic scaled, and the ending to the first short promised a grand journey to come. So, discussions with director Kenji Kamiyama and the team at Production IG naturally evolved. We were just excited to hear their enthusiasm about Kara's journey to find her father and her quest to restore the Jedi Order, and how those two missions might uh, dovetail or even come into conflict. Um, it was such a big endeavor, the first full on anime Star Wars series, so we would support the team with from early pitch stages through designs and productions as the story was built out. It truly is coming together in spectacular fashion, and we can't wait for the world to experience it next year. So, confirmation of next year for the show, because I don't think we ever heard, like, I think we knew next year, but it wasn't like a hard set thing. So confirmation on that's still the plan.
Okay.
We also got a little bit of insight from the director of this last short for The Ninth Jedi, Naoshi Shiotani, talking about Kara's journey. We saw Kara lose her father and set out on this journey with her new companions in the last short, but deep down she still carries the heaviest trauma of all, not knowing where her father is. Precisely because she is such a positive and optimistic character, she struggles to open up to her friends about what she's really going through. She has been bottling it all up in her own childlike way. So, that's what he had to say on it. So it sounds like we'll be getting the Ninth Jedi, like I said, next year, which is honestly faster. Like, I think, even though, yeah, they said 2026 before, having that, like, still set now is, like, fast. Like, I'm like, okay, so we are getting anime next year for Star Wars still, because we're like we already talked about it last time, we're not getting Visions Volume 4 right away, because so far getting Ninth Jedi next year kind of works out with Visions schedule and how they've released each volume, where it's been every other year. So we'll get Ninth Jedi next year, and then maybe Visions Volume 4 2027. I'm leaving it maybe because it just hasn't been officially announced yet, but I'm not going to be surprised if we get Volume 4. And I think we talked about that last time too. Like, that Volume 4 seems likely. It's just we got to wait till they say something. But your thoughts from hearing that, of like Lucasfilm being involved more, and just like Kara as a character and the journey she's gonna go on.
I think it'll be fine.
Because so far Lucasfilm has been hands off with the Visions projects, but on this one they're getting more involved with Production IG at least.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of what else Production IG has done, because like that'll help give me a base.
Yeah, I can. I think I saw something with a bigger name, but they did Parappa the Rapper.
Yeah, Ghost in the Shell.
Yeah, and Ghost in the Shell standalone complex, which actually is really good. Yeah,
I knew I'd seen that fucking back to tank somewhere.
Yeah.
Blood Plus. Oh man, I forgot about Blood Plus. That's crazy. Oh, Kuroko no
Psychopaths, that's the one I saw.
Yeah. Psychopath. That is a good one. We should add that one to the watch.
Yeah.
Shelf, Cooley.
Oh, they actually worked on.
Sequel to second.
So they worked on. Oh, okay. Because.
Okay, cool. Yeah, this is a good.
Yeah, this is a fine fit. They're doing. I mean, we already know they're good because we've seen the first two shorts. Like, we're not really worried about quality. It's more of just. I think the question is, will Lucasfilm and Production IG work well together when they actually they're actually
question, right?
Because right, like I said, so far they've been more hands off, where they're like, hey, we just want you to do a Star Wars thing, do a short of what you consider Star Wars to be. Has essentially been the prompt. It's like you give a prompt in class, like you give like one of those writing prompts in English class where they go, "Here's the prompt."
Do whatever you want.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they also worked on Halo Legends, which was actually pretty good. People skipped on they worked on 2 of the episodes in it. I guess it comes down to which episodes, but I thought all of them were good anyways.
Ignore me, I'm doing some alchemy over here.
It's not the first time working with another studio though, because they did help with Batman Gotham Knight, which I might not be the biggest fan of, but it's not bad. It's just personally not my favorite thing of the animated film straight to DVD stuff. And then seems they've done a lot of like side projects that are like spin-offs of movies, because like the Batman Gotham Knight was a spin-off for the Nolan trilogy, and then it kind of became not canon eventually, but it was like meant to be part of that canon. They also did a spin-off for Stephen Sommers' Van Helsing film. So
sorry, I'm cleaning up after myself off screen.
But I mean, not.
I think like if there is a little bit of give on each side, it'll work out pretty well.
Yeah, and it seems like at least Production IG has a good track record of working with other studios, so nothing too crazy there. Oh, they helped with the animated cutscenes for Persona 5. So, yeah, I'm down for the. I mean, I've been down for this from the beginning. Like when Volume 1 of Visions came out, I was like, yeah, give me that show. Give me Ninth Jedi show. And now it's right around the corner. Next year's gonna be busy for us.
Yeah.
We got this. We got the Mandalorian and Grogu.
2 weeks notice.
Because we got Mandalorian and Grogu also next year. Like, and I think, I don't know when Maul Shadow Lord is supposed to be like set to release. That they're still pretty deep in production for that. I think it's gonna be a bit. I think that might not be till 2027. No, 2020. Let me double check that. Yeah, 2026. Okay, so yeah, next year's gonna be busy for us.
Yeah.
But with that, let us get into our main topic for this week. Speaking of Maul, spoilers ahead for Star Wars: The Clone Wars, Season 7, the final season. All right. So there are like 3 arcs in this season.
Yeah. Also, I've been trying to figure it out. I don't know what fucking emoji that is.
That is weird Khaleesi. That's a Khaleesi one. It's just being. So, and really the second and third arc connect to each other.
Mm-hmm.
The first one is our backdoor pilot arc. It's where we officially get introduced to the Bad Batch.
Yeah.
Yay! Except everybody hated the Bad Batch in this arc when it came out.
I guess I'm really fortunate, right?
That you have gotten to like the boys before seeing when they're very unlikable.
Mm-hmm.
And it's nothing to do with the characters. They are the same.
Yeah.
I don't think they change throughout the show. Like, I think they have growth in terms of like being in like some personality factors, but as far as like who they are at their cores, that stays the same, honestly.
Yeah.
Like, Wrecker is still like doing what he always does. He does like his first thing is to move a giant ship off of a clone. But I think the big unlikability for me is, and I'm already I know I'm gonna get hate for this, I think Tech is the most annoying in this arc. And it's specifically how he treats a certain character during the arc.
Echo. Yeah, I get it.
And
However,
I think it's because we have spent more time with Echo, and therefore we connect to Echo more.
Yeah.
And we're like, no, Echo won't betray us. Like, even watching it, we're like, no, we believe in Echo. And it's just, and I don't know who the fuck you are. You just showed up in this show now. Like, on a first time viewing, right?
Yeah.
Like if you're watching in release order, you would be like, no, fuck you. You just showed up here. Echo's earned his trust, even with this moment. But also, with retrospection, like, upon, like, retrospection, Tech is technically correct to be suspicious.
Yes. His caution is warranted.
Yes.
Like, he's not doing it to be an asshole. He's like, I really don't want my brothers to die.
But let's actually talk about the plot, so that way we can kind of, like, come back to these moments a little bit. So, as Jedi Generals Anakin Skywalker and Mace Windu lead the campaign on Anaxis to defend the main Republic shipyard from Admiral Trench, who still is alive, by the way. This man got blown up the last time we saw him because Anakin drove a ship into him. They find that the Separatist droid army have always been one step ahead of them. Commander Cody, Captain Rex, and the Bad Batch, an unorthodox group of clone commandos with desirable mutations, go behind the enemy lines to discover the source of the Separatist series of victories, which they also are called Clone Force 99, out of respect to our boy 99, because he was also a defective clone. But also is a hero now because he sacrificed himself during this Camino siege. Inside the Separatist command center, Rex hears a mysterious signal feeding battle strategies to the droid army, leading him to believe that the lost clone trooper Echo may still be alive. And so that was the first episode of that arc. Any thoughts in terms of that segment, really? Outside of what we discussed of the introduction to our boys? Who we love, by the way. Like, I had to call out the things that we hate, like, that I remember the community, like, not... I didn't mind the Bad Batch episodes as much. I could see where some of the frustration was. But, like, I'm
like, yeah, that's them. When they fucking crash into the, like... Because that's not... They didn't land the ship, alright? They crashed that fucking thing.
Yeah.
Into, like, where the rest of the army is. I'm like, yep. That's them, alright.
So, Anakin, Rex, and the Bad Batch launch a dangerous rescue mission under the assumption that Echo might be alive. Their last infiltration leads them to Skako Minor, where, after a brief skirmish with the natives, they trace Echo's signal to Wat Tambor's facility. There they discover Echo's alive, used as a living computer by the Techno Union. Anakin, Rex, and the Bad Batch escape Wat Tambor's facility with Echo and fight their way past Techno Union droid forces. They retreat to the native village and, with the help of the locals, defend Echo from reinforcements sent by Wat Tambor to recapture the Techno Union's experiment.
Yeah.
So that was actually technically episodes 2 and 3.
I remember, like, seeing Echo for the first time.
God, what they did to our boy.
My brain immediately went, oh, cool, I can add that to the list of horrifying shit that can happen to you in the Star Wars universe.
Give that boy some food.
Yeah, like, holy fuck. I'm like, oh,
you know what, though?
Wat Tambor and his corporate neutrality. I'm like, you're mistreating a POW, you fucking piece of shit.
As a creative, by the way, though.
Mm-hmm.
For Super Worlds, my original series.
Is that
green coats?
Oh God, Jesus!
That was some inspiration for that, yeah. But yeah, like, cause I mean, you've read the short story. Yeah. It's not great to begin with.
I kind of feel bad for punching that guy that hard now. Like, it had to be done.
Yeah,
but...
I mean, at that point, there's not much you can do. Yeah. But back to Star
But yeah,
Wars.
that
Wat Tambor though is always the worst though. Like that man is
I'm like
the
it.
worst. Out of the leaders, out of the the billionaires that are part of the Separatist alliance, who is the worst billionaire? We got Wat Tambor, we got Newt Gunray, we got the banking clan. I don't think they have a leader though that's officially like been a general of the Separatist side though.
Yeah, I think I don't care.
I think Watt might be the
I
worst.
think Watt is the worst, right?
Newt Gunray is slimy,
He's slimy, but like,
but he always runs away. Like,
yeah,
whereas Watt will stay and then try to like. Let's not forget when he tried to just take all the gold, like all of Ryloth's like treasures, and like just straight up was pulling a colonialism.
Yeah.
He was like, "I'm gonna take your artifacts and history because I think it's worth something."
yeah. And I'm like, as for the banking clan, I'm like, what the fuck is even your plan here? 'Cause are you dumb?
To think Wat Tambor exists because like his first introduction to Star Wars fans was the Techno Union Army. But also yeah, because the Techno Union, I forget what they're providing in terms of droids, but they are providing part of the droids because the B1s and the droidicas are coming from the Trade Federation. And then I think the B2s are the Techno Union.
Mm.
It's been a minute since I've like delved into like who's providing what. Yeah.
Yeah, well, the Republic ain't providing public services at this point in time.
I do like that these two episodes kind of show more of what the Bad Batch are good at.
Yeah.
Like the first episode really only get
That one's more about like what's going on with Rex.
yeah. And then this one is really showing off what they can do.
And also the fact that like Rex and Anakin and Obi-Wan knows.
Oh yeah, yeah, let's go back to the first episode. Everybody knows about Padme.
Yeah.
It is the worst kept secret, which confirmed a long running theory that people knew. Like fans had already been going like, "Oh, everybody knows it's like got to be the worst kept secret, right?"
Mhm.
And so like Obi-Wan, like Revenge of the Sith, Obi-Wan is so quick to clock. Oh, he's the dad, huh?
Yeah. And like Rex, he's spot checking my gear, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Without you? Yes. Also, like, we know that Anakin, like, lies about,
Everything?
About almost everything. I was explaining to Andrew once again on the way home, I was like, yeah, so what Anakin does to hide the fact that he's calling Padme in the Jedi Temple is that he pretends that he's secretly watching pod racing.
I think that's actually been confirmed somewhere.
Yeah, it's in one of our books.
Yeah. Oh, it was Brotherhood.
Yeah.
Brotherhood confirmed that. That's right.
He record.
Man, it's so long since we read Brotherhood.
Yeah.
We've come a long way in this season.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna be mad, by the way. It's almost gonna be 90 episodes this season.
That's fine.
Hey, though, it's under 100. I made the promise of under 100.
Yeah.
So I'm technically not a liar.
Oh. But yeah, like there's that, the fact that Obi-Wan knows. He's like, well, could you at least like tell Padme I said hello?
But yeah. Speaking of Obi-Wan, though, back on Anaxis.
Mm-hmm.
Obi-Wan and Mace Windu lead a final stand against the Separatist forces commanded by Admiral Trench. Anakin, Rex, and the Bad Batch and Echo embark on a mission to strike at the heart of Trench's command ship, all the while questioning the rescued clone's loyalty to the Republic after unwittingly serving the Separatists. Oh yeah, that kind of got glossed over. He was the supercomputer that was giving them, because since he had all of this Republic intelligence, they just used him as a supercomputer to like predict what the Republic would do, which was why they were one step ahead. Proving his loyalty once more, though, Echo uses his cybernetic implants to foil the droid forces on an axis, but Trench activates a bomb from the bomb factory that could destroy most of the planet. Man, I got to make that joke during movie night, too.
Oh, man.
It's a bomb.
I will say this. One of the...
I
have a moment of questioning Mace Windu's judgment during these episodes.
Oh, okay. I think we'll get to it in a second, yeah. Anakin confronts Trench and successfully obtains the deactivation code before executing the Admiral. As the Republic emerges victorious, Rex gives Echo permission to join the Bad Batch. So that's the end of the Bad Batch arc. When you say these episodes, do you mean the Bad Batch arc, or do you mean...
Bad Batch.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it when he tries to...
Yes.
I think that is the funniest and best moment.
It's funny.
I think it's also valid because it's weird that the Jedi have not given that opportunity before. Because I guess it's that discussion of, like, do you consider droids being sentient enough to make a decision like that? For context, Mace makes an offer for the droids to be reprogrammed and, like, join the good guys, essentially.
Mm-hmm. And I was like, my thinking, right, is, okay, cool. So here is what you just did, Mace. You came down from the sky and were like, I've killed thousands of your people. Also, I'm gonna switch what you think.
I mean, but also, and I think in the case of B1s, your general B1 battle droid during the Clone Wars, because we have B1s that survive past it, but during the Clone Wars, are not exactly what I would call sentient.
Okay. I'm like, my reason.
I don't think they hit the mark for sentience. Does that make sense? I think there are certain droids who do, because this goes back to our droid discussion of, like, do we value droids as, like, life, right? I think, and, like, when does memory wiping become, like, a criminal act?
Yeah.
Like, I think anytime, like, during the Clone Wars, memory wiping R2 is like, Clone Wars onwards, doing that to R2 is a criminal act. I also think kind of memory wiping C-3PO, which they do at the end of Revenge of the Sith, kind of messed up. But also, of all the droids that need to do it to, I understand.
So I've already taken a stance on, like, memory wiping people to manipulate for them for your own ends. If it's not okay with Revan, it's not okay to do it here, even if you have to kill them instead.
Yeah.
So Mace offered them a die or an evil choice, if you're looking at it from the B1's perspective. And is
assuming that they
can, right?
Yeah.
So it is better for them to get
because personally, I don't even think they can. Because I don't think the Trade Federation would program them with the capability of being able to get that to that point. But also, I don't think programming prevents sentience for a droid.
No, it does not.
It's more of how long of a lived experience do you get to. But B1s do not have a long life expectancy during the Clone Wars, which is why I specified. Because I think there are B1s that we meet post-Clone Wars that I think you can argue, okay, they've hit the sentience marker. Because now they have their own personality. They're not just and I think it's very interesting looking at the Clone Wars. Since this is the last season, I think a deeper conversation on it. It's very interesting that the two sides are both... Their soldiers are both these things that could be very easily dehumanized. Like, and that's the biggest trap that the Jedi fell into, because it was very easy for them to go... Because we talk about, like, oh, well, then, if they're these keepers of peace, having them be soldiers... Like, sometimes you have to fight to bring peace, which is the argument that they make throughout the Clone Wars, and they are correct on that argument, that sometimes that is the necessary... It's the peacemaker logic, but not dumb. Sometimes you fight to bring peace. When it's like the last option, which is the case, I think, in the Clone Wars. This is the last, like, there is no other option. Like, there's nobody on the other side that is truly behind the conflict is going to be willing to sit down and have a peace treaty. I think a lot, as we see in the Clone Wars, a lot of the actual representatives of these planets, they'd be willing to sit down, obviously, but they're not the real powers behind the separatist movement.
Mm-hmm.
The real powers are the corporations, Dooku, and Sidious.
Yeah.
And Grievous.
Yeah, and those guys aren't gonna sit down and have a talk with you.
No.
They gotta go. Like,
although I do feel bad for how they go and how
you
Newt
mean-
Gunray with the Anakin massacre on Mustafar.
oh, you mean the fact they're like, yeah, holy shit, all the separatist leaders died in a week.
Yeah, the separatists were like, "Hey, we're actually willing to have that, the peace treaties now because y'all killed our general. Cool, you're winning. Peace treaty. Cool."
We can see the writing on the wall. Anakin, would you like to join the writing on the wall?
And that was more so Palpatine could consolidate power because without the corporate leaders, he can now put whoever replaces them under his thumb a little easier, or just straight up make it government owned.
Yeah.
Because empires and how they operate.
Woohoo! Also, Trench and like Anakin's interaction, he's like Trench trying to pull shit with Anakin. I remember like watching in the living room. I'm like, you could have tried to pull that shit with anybody else and you might have succeeded.
Yeah.
It's not gonna work with Anakin.
So how about we go into Act 2, I guess, of Season 7.
Act 2.
So we shift focus now to Coruscant and Ahsoka. After crashing her speeder in the lower levels of Coruscant, Ahsoka Tano befriends Trace Martez, who offers to help work on her speeder. Some thugs come to ask Trace for some money for her sister Rafa, to ask for Trace for some money her sister Rafa owes them. There we go.
Yes.
Sorry, my brain was like reading that and I was like processing it at the same time. Trace and Ahsoka fight them off. Ahsoka then helps work on some of Rafa's droids, which turn out to be violent prone. By secretly using the Force, Ahsoka helps Trace deactivate them. Rafa accepts an assignment to deliver a load of spice from Kessel to the Pike Syndicate on Obadiah, or Obadiah, is how they pronounce it. And uses Trace and her self-built ship, the Silver Angel, for the job. When Ahsoka argues with Rafa that the Pikes might not claim just the spice, but the ship as well, Trace jettisons the shipment into hyperspace. Ahsoka tries to which also might be the dumber decision out of the choices there.
So, I was thinking about this. Before they go to meet up with the Pikes, right?
Mm-hmm.
Meeting Rafa for the first time.
Yeah, you
and,
messaged me, yeah.
I was like, my initial thought was like, I know exactly who you are. You're someone who makes dumb decisions that has never been punched in the face for making those dumb decisions.
Well, I think this is also...
And then I was like, okay, calm down.
Well,
but I was also like, this is that scummy underworld family manipulation tactic.
I don't think... And I don't
Eventually,
think... Yeah, I was going to say...
Like, okay, I'm being a little bit too hard.
I was going to say, because I don't think Rafa comes from a bad... Like, she's not coming at this from a bad place.
No, she's not. And that's kind of like... my initial reaction was like, okay, I need to rein it in. She hasn't fucked up yet. And
Trace only fucks up because Ahsoka gives her an idea by accident.
yes. And I was like, God damn it. I think at a certain point I turned to Andrew and I'm like, these are the dumbest teenagers I've ever met.
But these are also, and we learned it pretty early on, these are teenagers who lost their parents because of this war.
Yeah.
So like they're just struggling to survive at this point.
Yeah.
And also we continue to see, as we were talking about with how the Jedi kind of fell into this trap, we are seeing how the public is kind of slowly turning against the Jedi, which makes it, we start to see how it's easier for people to have kind of been on board for the genocide that happens.
Yeah. I was thinking, I'm like, please don't one of you have the like, oh, the Force will be with... It's one of those things, we've gone over this before.
Yeah.
My like, yeah... Or like hearing the like, oh, they're in heaven now, the Force moves in mysterious ways type beat. I'm like, shut up, because that doesn't actually help.
Yeah.
It's nice to say, sometimes nice to hear, but it doesn't change the situation.
Yeah, I guess it depends. Yeah, it depends on who you're talking to
Yeah.
and how you think they'd react to it.
Right? And in this instance, it's an empty platitude,
Yeah.
right?
Like
as a Jedi, that is the right thing to say, but it does not help their situation, and that is the worst time to say that to someone.
Oh, I got ahead of my script actually, because it does come up. Ahsoka tries to deceive the Pikes into thinking that they have been double-crossed by Kessel's King Yoruba, but she, Trace, and Rafa get captured instead. Ahsoka, Trace, and Rafa attempt to escape their imprisonment by the Pike Syndicate. The Martez sisters reveal their parents were accidentally killed by the Jedi as they apprehended Zero the Hutt. So, I'm trying to think in which apprehension this was, because I guess this was when he was actually caught properly.
Mm-hmm.
Were there Jedi involved with actually capturing him?
I know that he got caught once, right?
But yeah, he's only been caught once, because the
Yeah.
second time he got murdered. He got murdered.
Because
Because
Quinlan, Obi-Wan,
Quinlan and Obi-Wan tried to chase him, but Cy Snoodles, and then Cy Snoodles went,
yeah.
surprise.
Fucking lounge singers, man. Every time.
Surprise, Zero. Yeah, you don't. Yeah, I mean, especially lounge singers that feels like they're coming out straight out of a noir film.
Yeah. Sus advised, do not fuck around with the lounge singer in any regard.
All we were really missing was having an actual detective that was hired by her.
Yeah. Because that's a fucking noir plot. They brought Quinlan in for that.
Yeah, should have been hired by her, and then that could have been. No, but yeah. So I guess in because I assume this is when he was actually put in jail.
Yeah.
So the Clone Wars movie, there were no Jedi that were there, so maybe off screen something happened.
Yeah.
Because they did have to bring. I guess they had to take him away from his lounge in downtown Coruscant to the jails in upper levels Coruscant.
Yeah.
I guess something happened there. But anyways, yeah. Ahsoka secretly uses the Force to aid their escape, and 3 Mandalorians catch sight of her. Ahsoka and the Martez sisters end up recaptured by the Pikes. Ahsoka manages to make a deal with the Pikes, which allows the Martez sisters to temporarily leave Obadiah to retrieve the spice, while she is held hostage. Because once again, throwing the spice into hyperspace is the dumbest option.
Decision. I was like, look, there's a way we can make everyone happy here. Because Seth is... I'm okay with cheating the Pikes a little bit. I'm not okay with just chucking the fucking 30,000 credits worth.
No, I'm okay with cheating the Pikes a lot of it. They genocided those Tuscans. It hasn't happened yet.
It hasn't happened yet, but it will in the future. I'm also like, I think throughout Star Wars, I've been thinking about, I'm like, if you sign on with the Pikes, I don't know if you're stupid, evil,
or both.
Probably both.
Who's more, who's more evil, the Pikes or the Hutts? Or Black Sun, I guess, as well, if we're going to throw them in the mix.
I'm trying to remember what Black Sun actually does.
They've also been working for Maul in the Syndicate.
Yeah, like everyone works for Maul.
They're the ones with the green skin, the fallen people. That look kind of like lizard people.
No, I mean, like, what's their
what's their biggest crimes?
Well,
no.
Not that one.
Not that one. That's a different thing.
You okay?
Yeah. Prince Ejor's part of their group.
Affiliation. Yeah, I know they're part of those things. What the fuck do they do?
I don't think they've actually done that much in terms of evil.
Because, like, the Pikes are cool with spice, and therefore, by extension...
Oh, are you applying the Godfather rules of you deal drugs, you're a bad crime syndicate?
No. I'm like, oh, the Pikes deal with the spice mines of Kessel, which is...
Oh, slavery.
slavery.
The Hutts have some money in that, too.
So do the Hutts, right? So I guess Black Sun is... Because we don't see Black Sun really do anything.
Other than,
Apart from
get wrecked by us in Star Wars Outlaws.
Yeah, that's it. They don't do anything. It's like, what kind of criminal are you?
At least in canon. They have more of a presence in Legends.
Yeah.
And then, like, being part of the Syndicate, and then for canon, being part of Maul's Syndicate, and then that's about it.
What do you do?
That's really about it. Like,
You just provide people to get shot, stabbed, and sliced.
I think they switch sides though. No, do they stay part of the Syndicate, or do they switch allegiance to the Empire during the Crimson Reign stuff?
It's unclear because so many people were in Crimson Dawn that I'm not.
Yeah, I don't think Prince Zizor was. Therefore, Black Sun technically was not.
Yeah.
I think he was like busy being a right hand. I think they were trying to set him up somewhere to Legends continuity because Prince Zizor comes from Legends continuity, specifically from the video game Shadows of the Empire, which is what if we made a video game during the time when Han Solo's in Carbonite, but we have you play as a smuggler that's kind of like Han Solo, named Dash Rendar. Kmart, here's your Kmart Han Solo.
We have Han Solo at home.
Yeah, we have Han Solo at home.
But
he actually still has a pretty cool ship.
Yeah, I guess, like, just overall, eventually I did warm up to the Martez sisters.
Yeah.
Me personally, still never doing a fucking job with them.
Well, we also see that, because this isn't your first run-in with them, because you've seen them in the Bad Batch as well.
Mm-hmm. I think I said the same thing then.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't hate you, but I don't want to work with you.
You get kind of more in the way with your own jobs than you do of actually... But yeah, so after making that deal, Ahsoka escapes the prison and places explosives all over the facility, where she overhears the Pikes talking to Darth Maul, who is on Mandalore, setting up the next arc, the final arc.
I will say, the Pike boss and his underling going back and forth.
Where they're like, yeah, he's playing us against the other crime families, and he's like, yeah, but that's actually, good business. That makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, that's how you keep us under control.
Yeah. And he's like, shouldn't we, like, do something about that? And the boss is like, do you want to go tell him that?
It's like, it's similar to, we haven't watched the film yet for the podcast, but you have seen the film. It's similar to Solo with, what's his name? The Crimson Dawn leader in that. The one that's the face of it, at least, because Darth Maul is still in charge of Crimson Dawn, but we don't see him until the end. But Voss, Dryden Voss, it's kind of like, do you want to tell Dryden Voss this?
Yeah.
Which actually, I got to have Dryden Voss in my most recent Star Wars Unlimited deck.
Cool. Do you want to tell him you chucked 30,000 credits worth of spice into space?
No.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
That man looks always angry. It might just be the red, though. Might just be his fucked up face.
They got a real bad case of resting bastard face on Maul.
Maul too, yeah. I was talking Dryden. I was talking Dryden, but yeah. Because Dryden also has fucked up face syndrome with the scarring and the red, like the actual glowing red. When he gets angry.
Bro took the renegade path in Mass Effect one too many times. That shit's permanent now.
Yep. He looked like the end of it after my run. I still saved the world, though. I was still a good guy. I just was a jerk. Because that's really renegade in Mass Effect. It's, are you a jerk or are you nice? Because you can still save everybody. It's just, are you going to be a jerk about it?
Game 3. Shooting that holographic child is a good option.
I can't remember which one I did the secret one where you can, the secret fourth option. Anyways, Where was
That's
I?
a different space series. We're back
Yeah.
with the
Meanwhile,
Siege of Mandalore.
yeah. Well, we're not there yet because the Martez sisters have to steal the spice from the Pikes and bring it back to Obadiah, where they learn that Ahsoka was a Jedi. They escape by blowing up the facility and are followed back to Coruscant by the 3 Mandalorians who were previously part of Death Watch. One of them, Bo-Katan. Hey, welcome back.
Yay.
Manages to convince Ahsoka they have a common enemy in Maul, and Ahsoka decides to leave for Mandalore after reconciling with the sisters. All right, now we're in the Siege of Mandalore.
Yeah.
So this is where things get interesting for the season, and why we had to watch the season after Revenge of the Sith. Because Revenge of the Sith is going to give us context here. Ahsoka and Bo-Katan contact Anakin Skywalker and Obi-Wan Kenobi, asking them for help in apprehending Darth Maul in his new hideout on Mandalore. While Obi-Wan is apprehensive, Anakin and the 501st give Ahsoka a warm welcome until news arrives that General Grievous and the Separatists are attacking Coruscant. I actually really like the what they did for Ahsoka, where they revealed that they did the face paint on the helmets.
Yeah.
To like look like Ahsoka, to honor Ahsoka, which is so iconic for season 7 because that was like their first promotional image was the helmet with that. But upon Anakin's suggestion, Rex gets field promoted to commander, and a part of the 501st accompanies Ahsoka to Mandalore, forcing Maul's loyalists under Gar Saxon into retreat. Mm-hmm. Bo-Katan apprehends Prime Minister Almec, while Ahsoka follows a trail into the city's tunnel network, only to walk right into Maul's trap. So the episodes in this arc open with the classic Lucasfilm logo. Like, this is the old logo that you only really see in, like... The only way you can see that nowadays is the old TV Ewoks movies. Battle for Endor and Caravan of Courage from the 80s. So the green, where it's just the Lucasfilm Limited written in green. So that, for all the episodes in this arc, they do that. And then the Star Wars theme by John Williams is heard instead of the Kevin Hearn version that we've been hearing throughout the show. And the title card is red instead of yellow. And that's for all the episodes in this arc.
I'll say this, like, Bo-Katan being, like, calling Obi-Wan out, but I'm also, like, I'm, like, it's one of the ones where I'm, like, you are right to do that, but it's also a little dirty to do that.
Also, we don't get any philosophical lessons in these episodes. No. They don't have the little philosophical lesson card.
Yeah.
Instead, that's where the episode title appears in red. And then the entire arc story overlaps with Revenge of the Sith. Mm-hmm. With this episode in particular, the first episode showing Anakin and Obi-Wan's whereabouts just prior to the events of the film. So we actually get to see them out on the... Because we talked about that. They're out in the... doing the campaigns. Mm-hmm. And then we get them brought back into to Coruscant, to the core worlds. And so, that's just the interesting facts about these episodes. Which is also why, once again, that is why we watched Revenge of the Sith first, because I knew that this was coming out. I was like, okay, I need to choose whether we watch Clone Wars Season 7 first or Revenge of the Sith first. I think Revenge of the Sith made more sense, because I think it gives you more context to everything going on.
Yeah. Also, like, possible thing to the old Clone Wars thing.
Oh, yeah, there's a...
Yeah. Anakin and Obi-Wan are like, yeah, they sent Shakti to look after the Chancellor, but Mace hasn't heard anything back from her yet.
Yeah, so that was... I did think that was a cute little homage, like, hint, nudge, like a little wink at the old one, right? And it's like, okay, so that's you canonizing the overall event, but not the specifics. Yeah. Like, you're not making the old Clone Wars Genndy cartoon, which I do have over there as well. You're not making that canon, but you are making the overall idea of what happened there canon. Like, yes, Shakti was the one sent after. and maybe some other Jedi too, but we don't know that. We just know Shakti. That's all we know, confirmed. And then Mace is dealing with whatever on Coruscant, because we know that the siege of Coruscant's going on. We don't know if it gets to ground level in canon like it does in Gendy's. Once again, that like the broad strokes are canon, not the similar to Revan. Revan as a broad stroke is canon, but
we don't know the specifics.
Yeah. So yeah, with that though, Ahsoka faces off against Maul, who mentions Darth Sidious before escaping. Ahsoka relays this to Obi-Wan, who says he had inferred from the recently killed Count Dooku that Sidious is in fact the name of the Sith Lord who orchestrated the Clone Wars. Obi-Wan stresses that Maul must be taken alive, as he may be their only chance to learn more about Darth Sidious. Yeah. That's the only reason they need him alive. Otherwise, it would be a case of, if
we can just kill him.
Yeah. But even then, the Jedi aren't like that. That's not their MO. Yeah. The captured Almec mentions that Maul had hoped to lure Anakin to Mandalore, which is interesting, since most of his plans are usually to lure Obi-Wan. Yeah. Which he even says the first time when he sees Ahsoka, he's like, I wanted Obi-Wan.
It's like, damn. Who are you?
But then Almec is assassinated by Saxon before he can reveal why. As Bo-Katan,
I was thinking about this. I was like, have Ahsoka and Maul seen each other before this point? No, they haven't.
Nope. Honestly, while Saxon is kind of a shitbag for working for Maul, I don't feel bad about Almec being gone.
No.
He's a little slimy little like scuzzball. Mm-hmm. Like he let children die.
Yeah. Fuck that guy.
Let's not forget that. He let children die so that way he could let the black market thrive so he could profit. As Bo-Katan's and Rex's forces lead a final assault against Maul's Mandalorians, Ahsoka confronts Maul again, who reveals that Sidious has engineered the destruction of both the Republic and the Jedi, and asks Ahsoka to join him to stop Sidious, which she agrees to, by the way, initially. Also, this fight is really cool.
Yes, it is.
When she demands to know his intentions with Anakin, Maul claims that Sidious wants to make him his new apprentice, and that he had hoped to kill Anakin before this. That Sidious wants to make him his new apprentice, and that he had hoped to kill Anakin before this happens.
And in the back of my brain, I'm like, man, if the events of Star Wars weren't predestined,
there'd be an interesting AU where that could happen.
Yeah.
There's some good fan fiction out there. Somebody at AO3's already written it.
I was thinking about, I'm like, that, because that changes so many things. Darth Vader, it doesn't exist. Sidious's plan
kind of is
is fucked.
Like,
not entirely,
because he could easily find another apprentice.
Yeah.
But nobody as good as Vader. Mm-hmm. So you could probably see like the Empire lasting in half the time that it does.
Yeah.
Because it exists for, let's see, Luke is 19 in a New Hope, 20, 21, 22, 23, about 24 years.
Yeah.
More or less. So in like 12 years, I could see it being toppled. Instead of as
without,
long,
like, the power base that is Vader acting as like the enforcer.
Yeah. Because his next option for an apprentice would be Quizzy.
Yeah.
Because there's not a lot of other Sith that are, or dark Force users that are offering up their services.
And Ventress isn't going to take that shit.
Maul isn't. He's kind of he kind of prefers doing his own thing at this point. Which is why he's like playing against Sidious. Mm-hmm. So I think like Grand Inquisitor would be our next choice.
Yeah.
And he's not exactly the strongest of Force users. Mm-hmm. At least in terms of like dark side.
Yeah.
Maybe that changes under the direct guidance of Sidious, but by how much, who knows?
Yeah.
Anyways, refusing to believe him. Even though this is one of the few times where Maul, it's that nugget of the times when Sith are like, I'm gonna tell the truth this one time. Mm-hmm. And it's like, I don't believe you because you're a liar most of the time.
You lied to me 90% of the time. It's the opposite of the like tell the truth 90% of the time, so that 10% of the time when you lie.
Yeah. She refuses to believe him, and Ahsoka fights Maul above the city. Once again, the really cool fight.
Yeah.
And then
Also,
yeah.
poor Jesse.
Oh yeah, because Maul, to get information, basically rips into Jesse's mind with the Force.
Clones be going through it in this season.
But Ahsoka ends up rescuing Maul from falling to his death, which Maul is not happy about. He, in fact, crashes the fuck out.
It's like, you should have let me die.
Uh,
We're all going to die.
I put a gif of that scene into the Discord, and I was like, the one of the few times where Maul's crash outs is valid.
It's like, we're going to...
Because he's like, no, listen, everybody here, like...
all of us.
Sidious's plan is gonna come to fruition. Just let me die instead. I'd rather be dead than see what happens.
And Maul's been through some shit, so if he's willing to just be like, fuck it, I give up.
But instead, she leaves Maul to be captured by clone troopers, despite his frantic warnings that everyone would soon die. I do really like the old school Mandalorian, like, Force user prison.
Oh, the prison box?
Yeah. Oh, what was I thinking? There was something I was... the Hannibal Lecter prison box.
Like, man.
Because you forget, the Mandalorians and Jedi don't have a great history.
Mm-hmm.
They used to really hate each other.
Yeah. Ahsoka, I thought these things were, like, illegal and dismantled. She's like, yeah.
Yeah, we left one.
We had one. We didn't tell Sabine about it. Actually, I think Sabine probably would have kept it around for cultural, like, context things.
Probably.
Not like
I bet you
use.
it was like a museum piece until,
Yeah, that's what I'm imagining.
and then like Bo-Katan's like, "Oh, this is actually useful."
Yeah, they're like, "Wow, we didn't even think we would ever use one of these again." But
No,
I guess...
Bo-Katan probably thought that they would use it again because don't forget she was part of Death Watch.
Yeah, that's true.
Death Watch probably planned to use stuff like that. Let's be for real with that
I was
one.
thinking about this. I'm like, I don't even know if anyone. No one knows how to make another one. So,
But starting with the episode we just finished, there are no opening narrations for the rest of the arc. Starting with that second episode that we just talked about. Also, through the use of motion capture, Lauren Mary Kim and Ray Park himself provided Ahsoka and Maul's movements for their duel, which is why
that's fucking cool.
is why the fight is so choreographed in this one, because it's the only time Clone Wars did that. But also that's because now we had Disney money back in it, and also they were like, it's gonna be the last season. We're not coming back to this.
We may as well pull out all the stops.
Yeah. And it's only 12 episodes of the show, and we're only doing this for one episode. So, yeah, Ray Park, the live-action movie Darth Maul himself, provided the movements. So we got both of our Darth Mauls to play Darth Maul for this one. We had Sam Witwer and Ray Park. With the Siege of Mandalore over, Ahsoka and Rex prepare to take Maul before the Jedi Council on Coruscant. Mace Windu and Yoda contact Ahsoka via hologram and reveal that Obi-Wan has tracked Grievous down to Utapau, indicating that the war may soon be over. I assume you wanted to talk about that scene?
Yeah.
Because everybody wants to talk about that scene. I think people give Mace too much grief.
Oh, the
the citizen comment. The Mace Windu haters, because we've talked about the Mace Windu haters before. Mm. The Mace Windu haters really love to bring up this scene and be like, see how he calls her a citizen like it's a slur? Except he doesn't. He really doesn't. He's just throwing back the same comment that she made. Because she wanted to make it clear, I'm not a Jedi anymore. And so Mace Windu going, hey, you claimed you're a citizen.
Act like it.
Act like it, therefore you don't get to know Jedi secret. Like, this is Jedi business. Sorry.
Go back to your drinks.
Right? Like, it's just, as we've talked about with Mace Windu before, he is just more stoic and serious most of the time, that it's hard to get a good read on the man. He does not intend to be mean most of
For a guy who claims he's training classical like opera, looking at you, Mr. Windu, you don't emote for shit.
and that's not, it doesn't make him a bad person. It's just how he is. And so like,
But also telling Ahsoka, by the way, we might be committing treason in like 24 hours
yeah.
is also probably
Well,
not-
no, that part was before she walked in. I think they had talked about that, and then the doors open. We just got to catch. I don't know why they were live on the call,
Yeah, that's why I'm confused.
because nobody was in the room either. Like they weren't. I guess they were like They were like, oh, we're gonna call, and then we'll wait until they show up.
That's the
But I don't know why you would talk about that while waiting.
Yeah, I'm like,
'Cause what if
why
she
would
walked
you
in and-
record that?
Well, it's not on record though. It's just a call.
Sorry.
But,
Are they not all in the...
But also, why would you? Well, no, because Yoda is on Kashyyyk at the time.
Okay, yeah, Yoda is on Kashyyyk.
Obi-Wan is-
Yeah, everyone is...
Everybody's
I
separated.
was thinking about that. I was like, are they separated at this point or not?
Yeah, everybody's
Okay,
separated.
cool. Because I was about
And
to
it's just
say,
Mace and Yoda, and then who else?
Blue Twi'lek woman.
Oh, Ayla. She's on Felucia.
Yeah. I think Obi-Wan's there, but I'm not sure. Yeah, Obi-Wan.
Yeah,
is
Obi-Wan's there, and he's on Utapau.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he's like, oh yeah. No, they're talking about him. He's not there in the call. They talk about him. They go, okay, he's found Grievous, and if, hey, if Grievous has been dealt with, then no, they do talk to her directly about it, because they go, hey, because they go, Palpatine has gone past his terms.
Yeah.
We might have to remove him from office.
Yeah.
But then that's about it.
And then Ahsoka's like, wait, what?
Yeah.
And then the citizen thing happens.
Yeah. And once again, I think the Windu haters are overreacting to the citizen comment. It's very... It's literally him agreeing with her and going, all right, you want to be treated like a citizen? I will treat you like a citizen. And he's not trying to be mean about it. It may come off as mean, but that's not what he's going for. He's just respecting her decision and going, okay. He was willing to share stuff with her. He's like, I would have talked to you about it, but
He's like, I understand you don't want to be terribly involved in this Jedi business.
yeah. It's like if
I flip flop so hard.
It's like if you
sometimes.
It's like if you walked into like an old job, and you're a customer walking into like a old job you had, and it's like, I'm a customer now, and then they go, okay, then cool, we can't talk about work things with you anymore.
Yeah.
That's essentially what that conversation is. They're like, oh, you're a customer, you're not an employee with us.
I have a do not talk to me about work while I am off the clock.
But you know what I mean? Like it's that's what Windu was giving. All right.
Problem is, he's not very good at modulating his tone.
Yeah.
So he sounds like a jack.
But yeah, so Ahsoka. So on their way to Coruscant, Ahsoka senses Anakin falling to the dark side, and helping Darth Sidious to kill Windu. Speaking of.
Yep.
Moments before Sidious executes Order 66, which brands all Jedi as traitors to the Republic and orders their deaths. As Anakin's clone troopers, including Rex, suddenly turn on her, she is forced to escape. Rex resists the order just long enough to mention the incident with Fives, allowing Ahsoka to learn about the inhibitor chips. She releases Maul to create a distraction, which is terrifying, by the way.
Yeah. That was the fucking Maul asking for a lightsaber is... Look, shit's bad, right? But
Maul got to have his Darth Vader Rogue One moment.
yeah, Ahsoka being like, I am not rooting for you is very funny.
And honestly, the man didn't need it.
Yeah, he didn't need it.
And so, yeah, so...
I was also like, come on, guys. Surely at least one of you can hit him a single fucking shot. Apparently not.
Also, another AU situation.
Mm-hmm.
They could have easily killed Darth Maul without opening the door, right? To that,
Yeah.
like, unless the glass is blaster proof, they could have just aimed there and headshotted him and then called it a day.
Mm-hmm.
And it would have been the safest option anyways, because you put him in the anti-force prison box.
Put him in the box.
Why would you open the box to kill him?
Yeah. I guess, like, unless previously mentioned, it's blaster proof.
Yeah. Which I guess that's the only, that's the answer we have to go with.
I guess, right, if it's meant... I assume that the box is meant to, like, stop lightsabers, right?
Yeah, so it's probably blaster resistant as well.
Yeah. So maybe they have to do that. But even then, the reason why Maul isn't dead isn't because they didn't shoot him fast enough.
I mean, arguably.
Arguably. It's because Ahsoka fucking killed those two guys.
Once again, they didn't kill him fast enough. Who's faster, them killing him or Ahsoka showing up? If they were faster,
Yeah.
Ahsoka wouldn't have had time to show up.
But also, that's not entirely fair to the clones. They're not, like... They don't have the Force to enhance their shit.
Yeah. But Ahsoka then subdues and captures Rex, and with the help of 3 astromech droids, Ahsoka removes the inhibitor chip from his brain, restoring his free will. Hooray! And that is why the inhibitor chip arc is so important.
Yep.
Fun facts about this one: in addition to the regular cast, the episode features the original voices of Silas Carson as Ki-Adi-Mundi, Ian McDermott as Darth Sidious, Hayden Christensen as Anakin Skywalker, and Samuel L. Jackson as Mace Windu via archive recordings. And that's for the audio moments when Ahsoka's feeling everything going on through the Force. You must choose unlimited power. But now we get into the final episode. As Ahsoka and Rex try to escape from the cruiser, Maul destroys its hyperdrive, causing the vessel to drop out of hyperspace and into a nearby moon's gravitational field. Forced to fight their way through the clones, Ahsoka tries to prevent Maul from getting away in their shuttle, but fails. Just barely clearing the doomed ship, Ahsoka and Rex escape to the moon, where they respectfully bury the clones, and Ahsoka discards one of her lightsabers. Sometime later, Anakin, now as Darth Vader, arrives on the moon and recovers Ahsoka's lightsaber from the wrecked cruiser. Which, by the way, we kind of skimmed over this fact. These were lightsabers specifically gifted from Anakin that looked like his, that were like a gift.
Yes.
Before she went off for this arc. And that is the entirety of the Clone Wars. We have finished the Clone Wars completely. For the final episode, before we talk about overall thoughts, I thought it was very interesting to see that Ahsoka's the only Jedi who tried to find a peaceful solution to save the clones. Every other Jedi kind of just said, fuck it, we're killing them.
Yeah.
Yoda doesn't even take a second thought about it. Obi-Wan does, we see Obi-Wan just go straight to killing them once we get Order 66.
Oh, first we see Obi-Wan get blasted off the side.
But once he survives and once he starts to actually act, like when he helps Yoda get into the Jedi Temple, they just say, fuck it. And I think part of that is the retroactively adding to the canon of the chip, right? Because the original lore is they just turned.
Yeah.
And it's implied they just knew that this was going to happen one day. If you play stuff like the original Battlefront 2 campaign, it's implied that, well, no, it's straight up told they know that it's going to happen. Which makes the clones a lot more villainous.
But now in this one, right?
now it makes the Jedi kind of the bad guys for just doing
the way
that.
that I'm thinking about it, right, is practically speaking, because like it was really fucking hard for Ahsoka to do it with just Rex.
But it also makes her the most Jedi in terms of how she responded to this situation.
Yes. However,
Yeah.
Even Rex points this out. He's like,
I mean, she still fails at doing like saving more, but at least right now. Yeah, as you were saying, but Rex points out
as a practical answer to this, if getting one of them down and into fucking literal brain surgery was this difficult, I can see why they would kind of jump to like the, well, this fucking sucks, but they gotta go.
Yeah.
Except Yoda, you did not have to fucking lightsaber throw that guy.
But yeah.
You know the one I'm talking
Yeah.
about. Or War Crimes Mitch, aka Master Yoda. Master Yoda will do you dirty.
But yeah, it kind of makes her the most Jedi of the situation. Which of course is, you know, the irony of Ahsoka's story is that she's probably more Jedi than some Jedi, but she's not part of the Order. Because a lot of people that like to believe in the Gray Jedi thing, which is not a thing, like to point to her because they're like, oh, well, she's not a Jedi, but she's still... And it's like, no, she follows the light still. And the argument of a Gray Jedi, like in most contexts, that people try to throw Gray Jedi as a thing, which it's not, once again. People that try to throw that as a thing go, I get to use the light and dark side. Ahsoka doesn't use the dark side. She is still purely light side. As we see with her lightsabers later on, when they, although she buries, she discards one of them because she in the Ahsoka novel we will read eventually. We are going to get flashbacks to this, which are not going to match because that was using the original scripts for the Siege of Mandalore arc. So things have changed. Like Ahsoka does save Rex similarly. They in that one the lightsaber being discarded is meant to fake her death. And that could still be true in this. We just don't get dialogue of that being true. Right?
I think watching that scene, I think my thought at the time was a lightsaber is a heavy thing. And I don't mean literally.
Yeah. She still has the other one.
Yeah. So she hasn't quite given up yet. But like, for now.
Especially right now when Jedi are being hunted.
Yeah.
But overall thoughts, now that we're done with the Clone Wars, because that's a long journey. It's kind of similar to our High Republic journey. We have now come to an end of an era. And it can be positive or negative, depending how you feel at this point.
A lot of things happen.
Yeah, it's been a long journey because we're talking 7 seasons of a TV show.
Yeah,
and that's not even including the movie. That's not including like the short story collections that we've read that tied in.
Well, I think the thing this happens with I'm experiencing the quiet.
Is this a case of
like I've explained to the podcast before what the quiet is? That moment where it's like, oh, it's all done for now.
Yeah, because you had that similar moment when we finished the High Republic finally.
Of like, I'm not mad, I'm not angry, I'm not.
You're just kind of for now, just taking it in. I will say
it. From Ahsoka going to this annoying fucking Padawan to like,
it's been a journey.
Yeah.
We got to see Ahsoka grow up essentially
Mm-hmm.
within a 3-year span. That's the other thing. This was a 3-year span. I am glad Dave got to finish telling his story, because that was the main reason that they had to push season 7. They were like, because Dave kind of always regretted that he didn't finish his story.
Yeah.
And now he has, at least for the Clone Wars era of Ahsoka. Obviously, there's more he wants to tell about Ahsoka.
There's more he did tell and is going to tell as of the point of recording.
Yeah. And so, like, obviously he wants to keep telling the story of Ahsoka, because it's his baby.
Yeah.
He helped make the character. It's one of the few things where it's not purely George Lucas's within the, like, George Lucas era of Star Wars, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so it makes sense. At the same time, we're getting to a point where even people who like Dave are kind of like, okay, can we do something else?
Yeah.
But it's a lesson he learned. So the Clone Wars taught him a lesson of tell stories with endings that I can get to.
Mm-hmm.
And so he's going to learn that lesson when we get to Rebels. Rebels is only 4 seasons.
Yep. God. I'll say this. I think that the ending works for the Clone Wars.
Yeah. It's
good.
It's a case of, hey, we got the ending and it was good. There we go. It's the best outcome we could get as fans. I mean, that moment with Vader at the end alone kind of feels satisfying as, like, okay, this is the end of this.
Mm-hmm. I think, like, I'm gonna pull a weird pull here of, like, comparison. Are you familiar? Are you familiar with the, like, World at War loading screen?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, seeing Ahsoka in front of the, like, grave, for the
Mm-hmm.
clones. I was like, that's what that feeling is. Like, it's not anger or sadness.
It's kind of just at peace.
Yeah.
Overall, for season 7, I kind of give it an 8, because I'd say I would say most of it is pretty strong. I do wish we got some more episodes, because there are other arcs that just are cut from the show entirely that we know were going to exist if the show kept running and running and running. And there's a couple I would have liked to see animated. Like, I would have liked to see them decide to do Dark Disciple.
Yeah, that would have been cool.
Because, like, with the Bad Batch, those were animatics, like the Utapau one that we watched. And they turned that into episodes, which is why we didn't watch those ones when we watched the unfinished episodes, because they finished them.
Yep.
And so I think they could have got away with doing Dark Disciple. I think fans wouldn't have been upset about turning that book into 8 episodes, I think is what it was planned to be. And you would have fit a 20 episode mold there, so that could still give you room for 2 more episodes of whatever arc, like smaller arc, which there were some, like maybe something a little lighter, because this season, I will say, the good thing about the season having shorter, like, that's more of a me as a fan wanting more and more. That's less of a storytelling side. On a storytelling side, I think cutting the episodes down to what they did makes sense. You tell a very specific story, and I think the only thing that doesn't fit that is the Bad Batch, but that's because they're a backdoor pilot for the show. But they also did it first, so that way once we get to the main meat, you don't, because chronologically, actually, the order of events is the Martez sisters arc, Bad Batch, and then the finale, and
I think
the Siege of Mandalore.
Yeah,
I think the ordering that they decided to do them in was better.
Yeah, in regards to that, I agree with that. The only thing I think I would like is maybe make the Martez sisters arc like an episode shorter.
I could see that. I don't know where I would cut. That's the bigger issue, though, is because I think everything in each episode is needed.
Necessary.
Yeah, it's a case of each episode's needed for this arc, so I don't know where we cut.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's why overall I give it an 8. I don't think it's the second coming of, like, a lot of people put the Clone Wars pretty high up and almost call it like a perfect show. I don't agree with that, but
It's not perfect, but it is good.
yeah. I'm personally of the Rebels is better side of things.
I haven't seen Rebels,
Yeah.
so I can't have that opinion.
So I think when we get
two.
the chance to watch Rebels, then we'll find out your thoughts.
I do remember, like, for because I think I did watch, like, episode 1 of Rebels.
With Ezra being Aladdin.
Yeah, I think I was, like, unimpressed with it when I
It
first
is
saw it.
it is a weak start, but the show gets strong even just from the first season.
No, I'm not ending on that.
Yeah. What is
No.
your rating for season 7 though of Clone Wars?
You know what? Yeah, I'll give it an 8 as well.
All right. Well, that sounds pretty good then.
You know, it's not gonna hurt. I've already sworn it's like 2 hours.
So
in.
what? That puts Clone Wars at like a 9 overall, probably just about.
Yeah, I'd say for the whole
Whole
thing,
show,
I'll give
yeah.
it a 9. Also, I would have folded pretty bad for Reza. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm trying to remember which one she looks like. Am I spelling that right?
Nah, there's one Z.
Oh, sorry.
Who the hell is this?
Yeah, who was that? Hold on. No. Reza.
She's in one of the fucking.
She's one of the Mandalorians, right?
Yeah, she works for Maul.
Oh, you mean Ursa or whatever?
No, Ursa works for Sabine.
Oh.
Not Sabine.
For Bo.
Bo, yeah.
Not Rook Cast, is it?
Is it? It might be. Yes.
Oh, it is Rook.
Not Reza.
Yeah, I was like, who's Reza? Yeah, Rook. Yeah.
Yep.
Which we've talked about Rook before. She's the one that a lot of fans theorized originally was the armorer in The Mandalorian, but turned out no. Anyways, with that,
What?
that's what we're going to end on, by the way.
That's.
Thank you all for watching today's episode of Escape Reality Star Wars Talk. I've been your host, Caleb. Be sure to like, comment, follow, subscribe to us. You can find us at Escape Reality Films on YouTube, Twitch, Kick, TikTok, and Blue Sky. You can also show your support for us by joining our Patreon, which is at Escape Reality Films. Shout out to Jennifer Brantley.
Yo.
There you can watch our YouTube content before it's publicly available. Also be sure to check out our Discord, which is also linked wherever you are watching, so you can become a part of our community and do fun things like our Thursday watch parties.
You can also listen in on any of the games. All we ask is that you mute your mic.
Yep. Want to shout out some friends of ours?
Yeah, I guess I can talk about some friends of ours.
Speaking of D&D.
Every other Sunday from 5 to 7 Central Standard Time, you can catch some friends of ours over on YouTube at the Steam Dungeon playing their own game, Trials of Naboo. Oh man. Party is still ongoing. The like masked ball.
Oh, the
beat
ball,
that they've
yeah.
been forced to attend. At least I think it is. I'm not entirely sure. Maybe that.
It's
game
just
was
been a
skipped.
minute. Yeah.
Yeah. Gonna see how that plays out. I know that one of the big things that's going on is one character is trying to decide whether or not to take a deal from the rival party.
All right. Well, once again, thank you all for watching. Join us next week as we will again try to discuss the Last Order book. If not, though, if we don't get to that, we'll get a visit from a certain doctor. I have spoken.
God damn it, Afro. What did you do now? I assume that.